It is Thursday, August 29th. We are here at our home park, Cedar Point, and we are depressed. You might ask, why are we depressed? We're here, it's a nice sunny day, good temperature, crowds look pretty small, so why on earth would we be depressed about that? It is because this is officially the last week of daily operations here at Cedar Point. That means after Labor Day, this coming up Monday, they are no longer open on Mondays, Tuesdays, or Wednesdays. So so daily operations gone. But we have to be thankful a little bit because at least Cedar Point has daily operations until Labor Day, which a lot of seasonal parks do not. So I know like Kings Island and Carowinds and stuff, a lot of parks already cut off.
And then places like Michigan's Adventure had daily operations a little bit longer, so it really changes depending on the park.
Yeah, it's up in the air. Like a lot of it has to do with schools. Like Michigan schools go back pretty late, so like Milo just said, Michigan's Adventure opened a little bit later than some other parks. But here at Cedar Point, we are lucky that we have daily operations for so long. So like some of the things that change once they cut off daily operations, like all summer and all like during their entire operating year, they open at 10 a.m., early entry at 9. But after Labor Day, the earliest that they open is 11 a.m. and early entry is at 10. So things like that change, but Halloween weekend's right around the corner, which we're excited about that. We love Halloween weekends. But we don't like the season ending. Like let's face it, the summer's over, parks up north close down all winter, and then we have to go to some sort of warm weather. Runaway basketball. We have to go to warm weather places to get any roller coasters, California, Florida, whatever. We can't just drive an hour and be at a park. So we're gonna make the most of this day. Like we said, crowds look pretty slim. So we're gonna try to get in as much as we can and see what a depressing day at Cedar Point looks like. Coming over here to do Gatekeeper first, you see that the stairs are just completely barren. So like Cedar Point could like easily say, you know what, it's not worth it to be open on like these days. Like this week is so dead, but it's always dead this week, every year. Yeah, it's a great time to visit. For a guest, bad time to visit, or bad time to be a park to actually try to make money though. And one thing I would like to give props to is the fact that they are running free trains. So many parks would use this as an excuse to only go 2-train operations or something. So they're like, we are hard on Cedar Point a lot all year, and we like to think that we're pretty fair in whenever we go hard on them. But when compliments are due, we will compliment them for sure. And the fact that it's a Thursday right before Labor Day, we get to come with almost no crowds and get on these rides. We are definitely thankful. Gatekeeper and Max Air both done. Nothing has a wait right now. This is probably gonna be like one of the more dead days of the year that we've been here. Because it's been a busy year. Like one thing that we were saying like a lot of the year is that they may hit the 4 million guest mark this year. And then we found out that they got over 4 million guests in 2023. And 2024 has been way more busy than 2023. So I'm really anxious to hear the final numbers for 2024. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like somewhere like 4.3 million. Maybe. Or something, which would be like insane for a seasonal park. This might be one of the shortest lines for Wild Mouse that I've ever seen, let alone this year. See Halloween decorations starting to pop up all over the place. We're not going to talk much about Halloween weekends because We just did a whole video all about Halloweenkins and our predictions. And since then, some information has come out about Halloweenkins, and we were pretty much right in the fact that they're not really changing much.
It's pretty much the same.
It's the same. They're running back most of what they did last year, except instead of Midnight Syndicate, they're doing a new show called Mr. Midnight. So that's really, that one show is the only thing that's going to change. All the houses and scare zones and everything is pretty much going to be identical as last year. Okay, once you guys all at home stop spinning around, we will talk a little bit more about our wild mouse. So you guys stop spinning. Okay, that was the spinniest ride ever on Wild Mouse. Like, so we sat, 3 of us, and we didn't know the other person, and so we spaced out one seat to try to like distribute the weight a little bit better. But I guess me and Milo on one side was enough to make it like to distribute the weight unevenly enough where it was the spinniest ride that we have ever had on Wild Mouse.
On the brake run, it just spin, 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 and it was awful.
That was crazy. Yeah, so like I was getting like nauseous there for a second. So
probably didn't matter more than that.
yeah, let's stick with that spinniness. Spinning as much as we were spinning on Wild Mouse. We're thinking about doing a Magnum and probably just won't even walk over to the fast lane line because it's probably a 0-minute wait and it would take longer to walk all the way around than just to come through here. But absolutely, yep, no line, just like we suspected. Just got off Magnum and was going to come over and do the best ride in the park. Monster gives the best airtime in the park, but it is down for maintenance. This thing's been struggling a little bit this year. But what's no longer struggling is Pipe Scream. Pipe Scream was down a lot of the year. They were getting a new motor or something. But that's up and running. Gemini, both sides are running, which is good. I like to do it when both sides are running. So what are you thinking, that we should maybe do Gemini as we're passing by?
Yeah.
So Gemini was acting weird. We always sit on opposite sides. I always sit on red. He always sits on blue. And blue,
weird. That was like the best ride on Gemini all year.
well, but blue, they didn't even dispatch you out of the station until like way after we were dispatched.
Yeah, so then they were even going down the drop. So
Yeah, kind of. Well, I don't know. Like
they were dead even going down the drop.
But then they trimmed us on one of the turnarounds
As they always do.
real hard, and then
Best Gemini ride of the year.
there were some decent high-fiving going on.
Like the whole train, at least Red Train was high-fiving.
Yeah, a lot of people were high-fiving this time.
It was the best Gemini ride, I think, of the year.
Okay, well, I mean, it wasn't a bad one, but I lost, so I don't like that ride that much. Heading back to Steel Vengeance, one thing that's really kind of stood out today is that pretty much every ride, except for Monster, has been open today, right? Like, every coaster that we've passed by. has been open. So it's like it took all year, but looks like things are getting to be reliable just for the end of the year. Steel of Vengeance ride is done. We were wondering why the line looked a little bit longer than what we would expect on a slower day, and it is because they are only running 2 trains right now. So the 2 trains is making it so the line is backing up a little bit, but they are rolling through those 2 trains that they do have pretty well. All right, start timing. What we're gonna do is time from when it hits the brakes. Yep. So right there. We're gonna see how long these milli dispatches are taking, and then next year, you guys don't have to wait till next year to see this part of the video, but we're gonna keep note, and then next year, when they change the lift motor and do all that, we're gonna see exactly how much faster it is. So we just want some sort of a record of how long it takes to get these dispatches out right now. And also for our own enjoyment right now, because look, so they dispatch Banana now. It seems like it's been taking a long time. Like as we were sitting here watching and standing in line, it seems like it was taking quite a while. How much time so far?
52 seconds.
Oh, that's way too long. All right, so now Banana is about to hit the brakes. All right, what do we got?
2 minutes.
Exactly 2 minutes?
Seconds.
Oh, and 9 seconds?
And
okay, that's
83 milliseconds.
And 83 milliseconds, okay. That's actually not that bad. I have a feeling we just caught it on its fastest one, like maybe today or something.
As bad as you think it is.
Oh, maybe not. Millennium Force is running mid-season form already. Those dispatches, I don't know. He thinks they're about the same as they've been all year. I tend to think that they're running a little bit faster, but I don't know. Maybe that's just my imagination. But I think we're gonna head back up towards the front of the park, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe check out like Blue Streak, stuff like that. Look at all those people having fun on Millennium. Iron Dragon line is looking mighty short, so we're gonna take advantage of that. More and more Halloween stuff is out. The ride graveyard that used to be up near the front of the park, it's been back here for I think a couple years now. I don't like it as much back here. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it over there.
Yeah, and the front was much better. It seemed bigger. Like now it's like spread out over different plots and it doesn't seem as big. Even though they probably have all the same amount of stuff. But just because they're smaller plots, it just doesn't look as good. Since it's a depressing day here at Cedar Point, we need to talk about some depressing stuff. And nothing is more depressing than washing your hands and going over to that hand dryer and just wanting all that water to be blown off your hand. And then it either doesn't work or it goes, boo. Like how many hand dryers don't work at this park?
They have like 2 maybe that work. They should.
Every single bathroom has at least 1 or 2 hand dryers that don't work or barely work. So, whatever. Where are you going?
Skyride. We're riding Skyride.
Oh yeah, we're gonna ride Skyride right now.
Skyride.
I'm not riding Skyride. Val Raven has barely any line at all. There's like nothing. I guess everyone else was depressed too, so they didn't come.
Exactly.
Val Raven had almost no wait, so you know Blue Streak is going to have almost no wait, which is a shame. This is probably the most underrated ride in the park. Yeah. What say you?
Probably, yeah. I like it. It's a good ride.
It's so much fun, yet it doesn't get like extremely long lines or anything. We got not 1, not 2, but 3 rides right back to back on Blue Streak.
3 rides I didn't get off.
Yep, didn't have to get off.
Very nice. There's like nobody.
There's nobody in the station. Like
Look, Valraven.
Look, Valraven, there's no line whatsoever.
Right there. When was the last time you seen that?
When is the last time? Leave a comment down below when the last time you saw Valraven literally. Like, that's literally no line. Yeah, it is a dead day. Like we said earlier, it's a depressing day, so everybody just stayed home. No one wanted to come out on this depressing day.
Exactly what happened.
We are actually just kind of standing here, kind of like spinning around, like what should we even do? Not sure if there's really much more that we want to do. Because what?
We'll look for our brick, even though we don't have a brick.
Look for a brick, even though we don't have a brick.
So we'll just look forever.
Yeah, let's look at people's bricks. And if any of you guys are watching, then leave a comment down below. So Christopher Adams, Iron Dragon, that was cool.
Christopher Adams, if you're watching
this video, please comment down below.
Let's say hello, I'm Christopher Adams.
Let's see, we got the McCrae family. Ride on. Tony Clark.
That is not Tony Clark.
Tony Clark. That's Tony Merchandise. But I will say that this whole brick thing, like the fountain, the little splash zone that was here before, was a lot better because people utilized it. There was always kids running through. On hot days, we used to stick our heads in, get our hair all wet.
I found Michigan's Adventure brick. So if all of you people watching wanted to know where Michigan's Adventure brick was at Cedar Point,
Michigan Adventure.
It's right there.
So do all the Cedar Fair parks have their own brick?
Yeah, we're gonna find.
Because there's Cedar Point.
Okay. Cedar Point, Michigan.
Okay, we have to look for all the Cedar Fair parks.
Here's Great America.
What?
Here's Great America.
Oh, California's Great America.
Richard Kinsel. That's not a Cedar Fair.
Oh, Richard Kinsel.
Knott's Berry Farm.
Knott's Berry Farm.
Happy birthday, Drury Kitchen. That
Avalanche
is my
Avalanche Run.
My favorite Cedar.
I didn't even know that they had all this. I didn't even know that they had all the Cedar Fair parks. Don't know where the rest are. And I don't feel like looking forever here. And that concludes a depressing dead day here at Cedar Point. America's rock and roller coaster right before Halloween weekend starts, right before their daily operations ends. Very sad time of year. But anyway, if you enjoyed us being depressed, please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below, how depressed are you right now watching this video?
So depressed.
And if it made you super duper depressed and you're not a subscriber, then what are you waiting for? We have more depressing videos on the way. You can be depressed all year long with all our videos, so make sure you subscribe to this channel.
That doesn't sound good.
And if you want to be super duper depressed, you can be like one of these people right here. They are all channel members. They are the most depressed out of anybody, and they get things like depressing videos, depressing pictures, shout outs, all sorts of depressing stuff. So that is it. Signing off from here, the most depressing place in the world, Cedar Point. And we'll see you guys next time right here on Depressing Studios. I mean, Beach Club Studios. See ya.